Well, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
We're there, dude.
Ready? Are you ready? Here we go.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive. Well,
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, are you ready for unlimited PTO and a new way of paying for grocery foods online? And are there demons among us? And what we actually lost after the shutdown dealing with THC. All this and much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive. And for the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you updated on the viral videos and social news stories you might have missed over the last several days, or we'll be talking about it here in the upcoming few. How are you? How are things going? Are you doing all right? Are you getting along with everyone? That's all we care about, is that you're getting along with someone and someone's getting along with you, or hopefully. Let's try that again then. I don't like it. Welcome back, guys. On today's show, are you ready for unlimited PTO and a new way of paying for your grocery food online? And are there demons among us? And also, what we actually lost after the shutdown dealing with THC. All this and much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive. And for the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you up to date on social news stories and viral videos you might have missed over the last several days, or we'll be talking about it here in the upcoming few. How are you? How are things going? Are you doing all right? Are you getting along with everyone? That's all we care about, is that you're getting along with someone and someone's getting along with you. And we're all floating down this friendly river that we call DeaconLive. Now, what everyone's talking about right now is that the penny is gone bye-bye. So get ready for quote-unquote change here in the way we pay for stuff. And then when I say change, they were saying that the penny itself costs, I think they said 3.2 cents per penny to make. And Donald Trump, of course, stepped in there, as any business would. Now, this isn't a Trump thing. This is not a Republican thing. This is just smart sense. Pardon the pun again. I'm sorry. They keep just flowing out of my mouth. But it does make sense. Unless they can figure out a better way or cheaper way to make 1 cent, then they should just get away with it. So now everything's a nickel, or everything rounds up. And if you haven't seen this video yet, for every podcast we have a matching video over on YouTube. You can see the full-length podcast over on YouTube. Just search DeaconLive, all one word, and then podcast, and you can see this in real time. All the stories that we have here, we have a lot of visuals on the show. You can see it all in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. So let me make sure I got the right, because sometimes they get a little stupid here. So here's the actual last penny, the physical last penny that was made. What camera am I going to? 4? Okay. This is the last minted penny ever made, or will be made, as of 2025. Now, that they might change the rules later on, which is fine by me. But for now, it makes sense to stop producing pennies. So here it is. This is right off the press. Oh, it's all in my left ear. There it is. I'll pause it so you can see it. 2025, and it's got, Liberty, and I don't know where this was minted at. I got some couple articles here. Maybe it'll decipher what it is. But the penny is no longer available, or will be not available after 2025. There it is. Hold it up. Lots of pictures. Big smile. Big grin. All right. Thank you very much. So what does that mean for you? So here we go. Here's a little article on what's happening and why they stopped doing it. So here we go. We're going over to CNN for more on this.
Because after 230 years, we are finally saying goodbye to the penny. The penny has been officially retired. It's truly a historic moment. I'm going to show you the pennies that we're talking about right here. These were the final pennies that were struck this afternoon in Philadelphia at the U.S. Mint here in the city of brotherly love. 5 final pennies, truly the end of an era. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how this process happened and also why the Trump administration decided to do this. First, the reasoning. Basically, the Trump administration says that the American taxpayers have been shortchanged. They said that it's actually costing triple the amount to make the penny than it did a decade
Hence, I said the 3.2. So I was pretty on target with that one.
ago. But of course, the use and demand of pennies has since plummeted. So they said they're hoping.
Oh, girl, get your nails done.
Mint them, save taxpayers over $50 million a year.
Not bad.
But it hasn't been all without challenge, because retailers are now faced with trying to decide what exactly they're going to do here. The penny's passing by right now. Thank you, sir. they're trying to figure out what they're going to do when it comes to exact change. Are they going to round up to the nearest nickel? Are they going to round down to the nearest nickel? A lot of challenges and things to still iron out, but the administration wants to be clear. Pennies, still legal tender. Do not throw them out. You can still spend them. You can still roll them up and collect them.
So there you go. You want to roll them up and collect them. And here's what's happening with restaurants and banks right now. When you say roll them up and collect them, they're going to be worth more. Are they? Are they going to be worth more? So here we go. This is how the retailers are dealing with it as well. So here we go.
Earlier this year, President Trump said the U.S. would no longer mint the coin, citing high manufacturing costs. Now there's a shortage at cash registers across the country. Some banks are even rationing them. CBS News Pittsburgh says a grocery store is holding an event this weekend where customers can exchange their pennies for a gift card.
All right, so I wonder how that works. I mean, I understand how gift cards work. I'm not a complete moron. But when I saw the sign and it said, you know, if you're paying for cash from 1 cent to 2, like if your total is $20.01. From 1 to 4 cents, they're going to round back to the zero, right? So instead of $20.01 or 2 cents or 3 cents or 4, it's just going to be $20. The round up is if it's above 5. Of course, you got the nickel there, Jickie Meinheimer. But from 6 to 9, if it ends on that, then it rounds up to 10. Or does it round back to 5? See, that's where it's kind of weird. Someone's going to lose money somewhere. Whether it's coming out of your pocket or coming out of the retailer's pocket, someone's going to lose money somewhere. Or do we start pricing items? Here's another thing to make everything easier, to add more complex to the chaos, is do we start pricing our stuff based on it coming out to the zeros and fives at the end of that? So, for example, I'm not going to do complete math here, but here's the way I'm thinking. If you have something that's $20 and you have 6.5% sales tax, right? So what is the sales tax on that? You tell me, shout at your radios or whatever. Okay, got it. So what if we made the price of the item, let's say $21.39 plus the 6.5% sales tax, then it would come out to an even number at the end. We're going to have to start pricing our items that way. Are we? Because either way, someone's losing. Whether it's the government, which they're not going to do, or is it going to be the customer, the consumer, the you out there that's going to have that little 1 cent thing. I think, what was it? Superman 3, Superman whatever, 4, where they rounded all the point decimals and put it in a bank account, and within 1 day, that account had like $500,000 in it in 1 day because of all the fractions of decimals that were rounded up for every transactions that came out of a bank. I know. It's a movie. It's out there. Believe me, it happens. Because normally the decimal point gets dropped off. So are these pennies going to be going somewhere? And if you got a roll of pennies, God, what's a roll of pennies? In your hand, what is a roll of pennies? You know, when you have to pack them up into, is that $5? Is that $1? How much? How many? I think it's let's look out in real time. You ready? A roll of pennies. How many many pennies in a roll of pennies? Roll of pennies is a standard roll of pennies contains 50 pennies. So that's 50 cents. So you want to talk about a gift card? Are you going to sit there and roll 50 pennies and get a gift card for what? 50 cents to do what? At what place? I don't know, dollar store? That'd be great. Sure, wouldn't it be great? Oh, it's not dollar store anymore. It's $1.25 store because they've gone up. All right. So we'd love to hear from you. We'd love for you to be part of the show. And the way you can do that is go over to ProfitRadio.com, proud sponsors of Deacon Live and all the other fine programming that comes out of the studio. Go over there and you can actually have your voice be heard on the show. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a little town we like to call Marshall. Get your voice in. We'd love to hear from you. You can ask us any questions. You can ask me any questions if you want, pertaining or not pertaining to the show. Just do that. You can be anonymous as well. Just go over to ProfitRadio.com. Get your voice and message in here soon. All right. When we come back, New York City and New York State itself. There's another thing they're trying to push on you as a whole in the what do they call it? The Empire State. So we'll dive into that. I know they're having problems with New York City and the mayor and stuff, but New York City or New York State itself is having something else pushed on you as well. And it'll keep those lead foots down. So stick around. I'll dive into that story when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Like I said, we'd love to hear from you. And the way you can be part of the show, you can be podcast famous. Look at me, Mom, podcast famous. I'm on the Deacon Live show. Woo, doggy. The way you can do that, you can even say that right there if you want on the air. Go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says, be heard. Leave a message for Deacon Live. If you've got a microphone on your phone, your tablet, anything that can record, you can speak right into it. Comes right to our inbox. You can be anonymous if you want. It does want an email address just to make sure you're not a robot. Not that robots would be sending messages to a podcast out of Charlotte, North Carolina, but who knows? Crazier things have happened. So do that. Get your message in here. You can ask me anything, or you can talk about any of the shows that we have going on. Or you can say, yay, you're good, or no, you suck, or anything like that. It doesn't matter. I got big shoulders. I can take it. One thing I will tell you is that we are going, I have this week's show and next week's show, and then we're taking our Thanksgiving break. I haven't planned on, I'm planning on 2 weeks off. So if you haven't got caught up on all the other past shows that we've been doing over the last, coming up on 12 years, do that now. Listen to them all and report back to me. That's your homework assignment. So you can do that as well, and just give you a heads up that we're going to be off the air for a couple weeks just to celebrate the Thanksgiving and get the house ready. We got some projects and stuff around the property here that we need to get done. So we're doing that. And for those of you who don't know, we broadcast just outside of Marshville, or just outside of Charlotte, in our town called Marshville. This studio is on our property, and this studio is above our 3-car garage. It's fully decked out for all our new listeners out there. And we do 4 different podcasts, different broadcasts out of this show, out of this studio. So we're just taking a little time off to maintain and capture our composure, for lack of a better term. Now, in New York, the state of New York, they are trying to do something. I didn't know this was a problem in New York. In like brighter, wider countries or wider states and stuff, like Florida. Florida has this whole super speeder law that they're doing, where if it's more than 50 miles over the posted speed limit, it's right to jail. Or if it's 100 miles over the speed limit, or 100 miles total, like if you're driving 102, right to jail. And you could see that because if you've ever been to Florida, you're traveling down 95. 95 in some areas is a 6-lane road on one side. So it's, 6 lanes on this side and 6 lanes northbound, 6 lanes southbound. And you can fly, man. You can go. And then, people going to Miami and coming back from Miami, the drug runners, we're trying to help them out, get them there as quickly as possible. But what they're doing is in New York, they are doing a new speed limit device. New York drivers may be forced to get a $1,000 speed limiter under this new bill if it passes. The cars will finally, hold on, let me read this correctly. Give me a break. It's the first segment of the show. New speed limiter devices for cars will finally pressure reckless drivers in New York to slow down if the proposed state law manages to pass. The new devices will be forced into cars around 300 or 3,000 chronic speeders with multiple violations by limiting how fast the car can actually be driven using GPS technology. All right, so it sounds like they're putting a throttler on your car, but let's see what it actually entails. The price of these units stands at $1,000 a piece under the new proposed law. Various states have tried different measures to tackle this problem of speeding. In Florida, pushing the super speeder law, like I just mentioned, Maryland uses speed cameras across the state. This technology does work, Senator Andrew Gornardis, a co-sponsor of the so-called Stop Super Speeders Act, told the New York Post during the demonstration of the tech. So he added that for a small, stubborn subset of drivers, there is no adequate remedy to speeding, explaining how the city's own top 10 super speeders were caught more than 2,700 times on cameras last year, per the data collection of the transportation alternatives. So click here to read more. I will. Thank you very much. This motivation for the bill stems from various speeding incidences leading to tragic accidents in the city, including horrendous Brooklyn car bridge on Ocean Parkway that occurred earlier this year that claimed the lives of a mother and her 2 children. Drivers who incur, listen to this, drivers who have to comply to this measure, drivers who incur 16 or more speeding camera tickets in a year. 16? Don't you think 1 or 2, maybe 3 would be no, 16? This is how the state's going. 16 more speeding camera tickets in a year, and those who rack up 11 or more points on their licenses in 18 months will have to comply to this measure and install these devices to get the bill passed. All right, he's got a video and I'm going to play it here. So let's see. Hopefully this will do it. Court records of the tech will apply to bad drivers, not vehicles. So those found driving in a vehicle without a speed limiter will be held in contempt of court. A judge could offer some leeway, a 5 miles an hour buffer between the posted limit signs and the maximum device speeding setting. All right, so how are they going to do that? Should I play this video? It says related, so let's see what this video has to say. I'm listening, but I'm not hearing anything. Oh, because I got it muted.
Top out above that as once we proceed, and then as we shift from street to highway.
All right, let's start over. Let's see.
Right here we have the allowable speed limit, and that'll be our traveling speed limit. It'll tell us we'll never be able to top out above that as once we proceed, and then as we shift from street to highway, it'll automatically increase based on the GPS knowledge of what the allowable speed limit is.
So this basically does real-time GPS. It's intelligent speed limiting, so it limits the speed of the road that you're on.
The city of New York just recently recommended the adoption of this technology for all 7,000 vehicles in the municipal fleet. So again, I'm trying to floor it, and you see the speed limit here, what it's allowable, and what I'm traveling at is 25 miles an hour. Cannot exceed this at all right now. You can get a certain number of allowable overrides in case there's an emergency. So you can press the override button in case you need to.
Press, override. There's still a lot of flaws in that. I mean, you tell me. I mean, first of all, let's go back to me now. First of all, does this work on grandma's, 1992 Buick Skylark? Does that work? What if I'm speeding in that? How are they going to monitor that other than GPS device on your car? Of course, yeah, I know how that works. I'm not a complete moron. But grandma's car doesn't have the electronic capability of throttling the speed. Our electric cars do. And I guess there's a lot of electric cars and hybrid cars in New York and New York City itself. How is it going to, I don't understand how it monitors the car. I understand how it monitors the car. I guess that's not the right word I'm trying to use. What I'm trying to use is how is it going to throttle? It's a tattler on the car. Now it says, just in case, I'm having a baby. Oh, it's 25 miles an hour. press to make that thing bump up. Or do you have to call someone? It's kind of like, here's another example. It's kind of like those people that get DUIs all the time. And I know we just watched Pluribus, so this is fresh in everyone's mind, where you have to blow in the thing to get your car to start. Who fucking came up with that idea? I mean, it's smart, but then you've got to pay for that device to be put in your car, or I guess alternative is what? Sitting in jail, which no one wants to do. So maybe this gives you a little bit of freedom, but yet that tether is not long enough to hang you. Now, after the shutdown, you ready for this one, guys? Kids, listen up. You fucking kids out there. So we had the whole shutdown. And we don't get too political here, but I do talk about a lot of things that spin off of anything that's government related that might affect you as well. So right now, with the Congress passing the funding bill on this past Wednesday, because we're doing the show on Thursday. Shh, don't tell anyone. We took the day off yesterday. Ending a record-long government shutdown, a controversial precision. See, that's twice I can't say that word. A bad provision has made its way onto the bill provisions that's sparking a lot of alarm about the hemp and cannabis industry. So they're having a hard time over there, not only saying it, but dealing with the new provisions that are on this new bill. In a last-minute provision in the funding package that the Senate passed on Monday comes with a super catch: the criminalization of several THC-infused and hemp-derived products across the country, which were legalized part of the Farm Bill in 2018. So they kind of snuck that in there and say, oh, this is part of the Farm Bill. We can get, THC sodas and edibles and all that stuff. The dispute centers on how hemp was defined in 2018. Under the law, hemp became a legal so long as it contained less than 0.3 Delta-9 THC, the primary toxin of cannabis. Okay, according to 2025, let's find out the details of this thing. According to Congress, the congressional summary, cannabis industry began producing certain cannabis products that contain less than 0.3% Delta-9 THC, but a total THC concentration that exceeded 0.3%, creating products that may be intoxicating. Sweet! Senator Rand Paul, his son, railed against the provision on Monday, warning that the bill wipes out nearly 100% of legal hemp products overnight. And he's a Republican from Kentucky, by the way, so he's trying to keep you guys high as hell, leading to job losses and overriding 23 state laws that are already regulated these products. Rand Paul also noted that hemp was a lifeline for farmers in the country who had been reeling from the rising fertilization, fuel, and equipment costs. Instead of working with us to crack down on bad actors, the synthetic cannabinoids, some in Congress chose prohibition, Paul said. So let's see what he says here. Here we go. This is Rand Paul, R-A-N-D, Paul, talking about this whole hemp provision that's going on. I'm going to switch over to camera 4, and we're going to see this all together in all real time so we can all be friends. So here we go.
CR, this bill contains language that has been airdropped in that will destroy hemp farming in Kentucky and across the United States. Tucked away on page 163, Title 7, Division B of this spending package is a provision that will shut down the hemp industry across the United States. My amendment would strip the provision designed to regulate the hemp industry to death. The bill as it now stands overrides the regulatory frameworks of several states, cancels the collective decisions of hemp consumers, and destroys the livelihoods of hemp farmers. And it couldn't come at a worse time for America's farmers. Times are tough for our farmers. Farmers' costs have increased as the price of fertilizer and machinery have jumped, while prices for their crops like soybean, corn, and wheat have declined. For many farmers, hemp has proved to be a lifeline, a new cash crop. Farmers turn to growing hemp to mitigate the losses they've endured during this season of hardship. But that lifeline may soon be extinguished by this very legislation.
So there you go. That's what's on the dockets right now, and I think I don't know if it's passed or yet. I'm not quite sure. Let's go back to me now. The impact on stocks in the industry has not been straightforward just yet, but a few multi-state operators that don't sell the Delta-8 beverages and hemp-derived THC gummies pose to benefit from this regulation since it eliminates a major gray market area in competitors. What's that mean? On the other hand, stocks were exposed by hemp-driven THC products alongside of Canada players such as the Tilray brands, which also saw a segment in way before the markets hit particularly. So I guess is it going to limit or change the rules on how we get THC products? Now, I'm sure this doesn't go into effect, and usually not until 2026 or something like that. So until now, I guess it's an extension of the shutdown, which I think they come back in January or something like that, and they have to redo it. This is just an extension so we can talk about it a little bit more and figure out what we want and all that. But, they basically said, this is what's going on. but we want this now. You won't give us money for illegal immigrants and health care? Well, we want to take this away from you. And that's basically what they're doing. They're pity-patting as far as, what they want to give. It's garbage. And I think Trump passed a law or a statement or something like that, some kind of written declaration. What do they call it? Executive order, saying that we would not be bullied. The Democratic Party was bullying the whole Republicans and, Senate and House and all that stuff to get what they want, and holding them hostage is the way he worded it. So that's being passed. So we'll see what unfolds in the next 3 months. So if you got your THC gummies, they might be worth a little bit more money. Might be worth more than a penny. So save them and use them sparingly. When we come back, you ever heard of vibe scamming? Because of AI, it's making so much easier for people to do this. And what that is, I'll tell you what it is when we come back. So stick around. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us over on Facebook. And the reason why you're going to follow us over on Facebook is because all the articles, all the stories that we talk about here, I post them over there on the Facebook page so you can see it in real time, or see them as what we're talking about here on the show. You can share them with your friends, or read the articles yourself if you want to get a little bit more in depth in those articles. And it's kind of like our share it with you type deal. And plus, a lot of the times, you're tired of looking at your friends' Halloween pictures and Thanksgiving pictures and stuff like that. And this just kind of breaks up the monotony in your Facebook feed. So go over to Facebook, search Deacon Live, all one word. Make sure you like us over there. And we also post, sometimes I'll have little candid pictures and stuff of what's going on. But for the most part, you get all the articles, and we share it with you. And we'd love for you to share it with everyone else. You'd be podcast famous and Facebook famous as well. Now, vibe scamming. Now, at this point, everyone knows that, generative AI tools have a dark side. I'm not talking about the problems of plagiarisms or any forms of content theft or huge amounts of energy or water that's required to keep data centers up and running, but it's a use of AI to craft dangerous malware, which is called vibe scamming. And that's the process of doing all these phishing schemes. It's now made easier than ever for criminals to build entire scam campaigns from just a few prompts. Vibe scamming, as it's known, is quickly becoming the biggest problem created by AI. But there are a few ways you can stay safe when accompanying it or coming across it. In short, vibe scamming is a phishing powered by AI. It borrows from the Vibe, V-I-B-E coding. That's where they get the name from. The process of building software by prompting a AI tool until you get exactly what you want. In the same way, vibe scamming lets almost anyone launch a phishing scam or cyber attack, as it describes it to be an AI agent. Even people with no coding skills, hacking experience can generate malicious emails, fake websites, and malware just prompting the AI chat box. So imagine imagine if you were a would-be scammer, right? And you want to get involved in some password theft, but you have no idea how to code program to do the job. So for this purpose, we can assume that you don't have a head into the dark web or attempt to buy some kind of malware software online. Instead, you have to learn how to program a specific tool to steal passwords or develop a phishing campaign to lure people in. They can prompt AI to do this work instead. Vibe scamming is wild because it lowers the barriers of entry to cybercrime like never before. In the past, criminals might need to know how to design websites, write convincing English, or malware software. Now they have to do it all by AI. Now there's still a little hiccups out there that just doesn't seem right, and hopefully anyone that's paying attention to AI will come across that. Another danger is speed and scale. AI allows scammers to automate tasks and scale up attacks much faster than a human could. For example, an AI can quickly personalize phishing emails for thousands of targets by scraping the public's information and having AI draft custom messages for each person. It also can adapt on the fly. If a phishing page links gets blocked, a scammer can ask the AI to modify the code and text to spin off a new version of that email. This allegedly means phishing campaigns can be evolved rapidly to evade defense. So, I mean, I've said this before. Have I? I've said it before off mic. Every time I get an email from like let's say Tractor Supply or something like that, something local around here, I go, well, they don't have my email address. Well, they do, but technically they don't. It's public information somewhere. And you look at the email address of where it's coming from, and it says like info.tractor Delta Supply at 1234965GLK192.com. And you're like going, well, maybe that's just their way of saying stuff. And I would hit Yahoo. I still have Yahoo email. My personal email is a Yahoo email. I hit unsubscribe and block. And then I'm like, okay, that one's done. And it blocks everything that's come from that email. 2 days later, I'll get the same email, same setup and everything. Hey, you won a $50 gift card at, Tractor Supply. Claim yours now, or Amazon, or whatever the case may be. Insert name group here. And I hit unsubscribe and block sender. And the AI, I'm assuming, spins the letters a little bit more and sends me the exact same phishing thing again and again and again. I'm not worried about me. I'm not worried about my wife. I'm not worried about some of you people out there that listen to the show, that stay tuned in the show, and we appreciate each and every one of you. We really, really do. I'm worried about people like my dad. Because I'm hitting a thing here. I'm worried about people like my dad, where he's not going to pay attention to see where this email came from. He's like, I order from Food Lion all the time. I could have got a gift card. I don't know why he sounds like an old Jewish man now, but I clicked on it and all of a sudden my screen went black and I got no money in my account. Oh, shucks. Well, there you go. So you got to be careful out there. Now, speaking of being careful out there, anyone who has a business or is in management or upper management or, delegating like time cards and writing schedules and stuff, this is a new thing. Now I get blocked up here. Am I still running on track? Am I still running on track? I got to make sure I'm running on track. Sometimes everything gets skipped up here. That's why we're taking a couple weeks off. I got to douche the system and get everything all up and running right. So this is, a lot of times when you go apply for a job, they say, okay, this is your salary or this is your hourly rate. After a year, you get so many vacation days and so many sick time. Now they just kind of go, okay, well, what's the difference? People are putting in for sick time when they're going on vacation, and when on vacation, they're going on sick time. They just kind of lump it all together and say, here's PTO, personal time off. Well, this guy right here, a Chicago worker, has found out that he has unlimited PTO, but he's realizing it's a punishment disguised as mercy. And he's been taken for a ride. So let's find out what this company that he's working for is actually doing to you mentally. You ready for this? So a Chicago comedian shares a sketch on executives discussing employee benefits in a boardroom. Then he initiates the unlimited PTO as a sneaky way to get workers to take off less time. So in the video that's gotten over 2.5 million views, TikToker and sketch comedian Jacob Capozzi at That's My Boy Jacob. All right, see, that's how you do it. Poses as executives who want to incorporate something more interesting to get the people to want to work here. One co-worker says, more competitive pay, which is quickly shot down. Another worker says, unlimited time paid off. The unlimited PTO is a popular benefit in which companies allow workers to take time off at their discretion, still with manager's approval, without needing to accrue time off or get a set number of days per year. So let's see. Let's find out where's this video at. Of course, I got to find it. If they said it, I got to find it. Let's see. Where's your skit, little buddy? If I can get through all the ads, I'd be okay. Let's find it right here. Let's just go to his site. It's just easier that way. Everything else is going to shut down in the world on my computer. Make your day. All right, here we go. This is a video. I know it takes a lot of time. This is why when you watch us on the YouTube video, this is more interesting. You can see the actual process of how I get these videos. I know it's not. I'm a one-man show here, so bear with me. So here we go. Here's a video. Switch to camera 4. Here we go.
To get people to want to work here, we could offer competitive pay. No, anybody can match salaries. Unlimited paid time off. Excuse me? What if instead of limiting their time off, we remove the limits entirely? Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's let the employees take even more days off, because that's definitely going to help productivity. No, the idea of more. Go on. If I gave you my debit card and told you could spend up to $20, I bet my life savings you'd spend $19.50 without hesitation. But if I were to tell you in that same scenario you had no limit, how much would you spend? I'd probably ask what you think would be reasonable. Exactly. If we give them 25 days a year, they'll take 25 because it's theirs. But if we give them infinity, they'll hesitate. They'll second guess. They take even less PTO. They'll work harder, burn out faster. And best of all, we don't have to pay them out for unused vacation days. A punishment disguised as mercy. Precisely.
There you go. So you tell me, does that, I mean, I can see it. I mean, it's kind of shady. It's kind of shady from a business or from an employee standpoint. Okay, hey, my name's Deacon. Thank you for hiring me. What is my pay? Oh, your pay is $250,000 a year. Sweet, right under the tax budget. How much vacation time do you get? Well, your first year you'll get 2 weeks because it's a high stress job. Okay, so how much PTO? You know, take my kids to school, or I got to go to show horses and their horse shows, and I do all that stuff. How much PTO do I actually get if I get sick a lot? You know, can I put that in there as well? You get unlimited PTO. So unlimited? Yeah, unlimited. Is like if I get sick for a week, am I okay? It's unlimited. All right. What if I don't want to go? It's unlimited. Okay. Well, there you go. All right. I guess I'm going to go that route then, right? I don't know. You tell me. Why is this weird now? I don't know. Would you be interested? Would you be up for that? Would you be interested in giving your employees unlimited, or PTO, I should say, and see how much they use? You've got to have some kind of threshold somewhere. So, all right, when we come back, since the shutdown has happened, or actually it's been resolved, before that, a lot of people were doing some stuff, and they're still doing it now on how to pay for food. So I'll dive into what they're doing to get their groceries paid for. So stick around. And it's all legal. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget all the musical artists that you hear on the program during the breaks and stuff. They are independent artists. They are unsigned artists. We give them a platform to share their talent, to share their music, to share their just, you know, their information and everything. And so we'd love for you to go out there, and if you hear a band that you like, make sure you show them some love and support as well. We have a playlist over on Spotify that's called Music Heard on Deacon Live, and it's all 100 and some odd different artists that we've had for 2025. So if you want to hear the full-length songs, you can go directly to their channel via our playlist. Just search Music Heard on Deacon Live, and you can scroll through that. Like I said, it's got over 500 over 5.5 hours of music from different artists, different genres and stuff. And you can listen to that on a long drive from Miami to wherever you're going. Or if you drive across country, or you're just on a road trip or something like that. Or if you're on a workout or something like that, you want to hear some new music and stuff. And appreciate the music, the good music that's out there, because some of them are, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some of it's kind of bad, but at least you can hear the talent that's there. And I appreciate all the artists that have been on this program and dedicated their time and given us their information so we can share it on and pass it along to you. So make sure you follow them over there at Music Heard on Deacon Live over on Spotify. Now, this gentleman right here is a YouTuber, and he did a a supplement. Now, I've seen on TikTok right now, it's getting close to the holidays and people are trying to lose weight and they're trying to do this and try to do that. I've seen all these different Goli, G-O-L-I something. I don't know. I saw it in Walmart and we did the ashwagandha, the stress reliever one. I got 160 pills or something like that. They're all gummies. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cough in your ear. And it was like $18. And now I'm seeing all these. I'm dying. Sorry, I'm dying over here. And now they've got all these like multivitamin packs and stuff by the same company. And they're like, the whole packs, 6 of them for $27 and blah, blah, blah. I mean, do we know if they're real or they're good? Yes, for the most part, I agree. You should do something to your body. I myself drink apple cider vinegar. I myself do sour sops, bitter sour sops. I do drink those. I do believe in that. I do drink beet juice. There's a lot of stuff that I do because I've seen it physically and visually. I've seen it work. Not to get into details, that's another story for another day. If you want to hear that, go over to This Is 50 podcast and you can hear me talk about that as well. But this gentleman right here, a man took a miracle supplement every day for 1 month and shared everything that changed in his life. It's becoming more popular as a supplement options. If you spend even 5 minutes on social media these days, you'll probably hear about at least one of two things, which is supposedly to turn your life around. People online love a hyperbolic and convinced that they're eating nothing but meat is a great way to lose weight for your health, or drinking one sip of beer can ruin your life forever. So it goes for both ends of the spectrum. But in reality, you can probably enjoy nearly everything in life as long as it's done in, quote, moderations. That current trend right now seems to be focused on food and health influences, waxing lyrically about superfoods like ginger, chia seeds, and generally what they have a good impact on your body. Sure, why not? Things like fasting can have mixed results, partially if you don't do it safely. While rich people are now collecting expensive supplements like Pokemon cards, I don't know what that means, in a bid to build a best version or a better version of themselves. In my day, we just had a shot of cod liver oil, says the author of this article. You only need to look at the life of biohacker Brian Johnson, not from AC/DC, to see how far some folks are willing to go in order to stay young and fit. His latest experiments with mushrooms actually brings me to the main miracle supplement here. YouTuber Perry Dalati, D-A-L-A-T-I, we'll go with that, decided to test out one of the internet's favorite supplements, lion mane mushrooms, which supposedly can help boost sleep. I don't know how you boost sleep. That's kind of like an oxymoron. You want more sleep, not boost sleep, energy and cognitive functions. Pierre is well versed in testing his body in the name of quote unquote science, having previously given up masturbating for a whole year. Jesus, did we need to know that? I guess so, in order to prove a point. He had nothing but praise for lion's mane after taking the supplement every day for a month. So this is what he said. Quote, after taking it for 30 days, the first effect I noticed was an increase of energy, but not a boost of energy as you would normally expect after drinking like caffeine or coffee or something like that. I noticed my energy levels were really maintained throughout the day and very consistent level. Second, I noticed this improved memory. This is him talking, so there's a lot of you-knows and likes. Sometimes you get an idea, and then you go to execute this idea, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, what was I doing? What did I wanted to do again? Well, that would tend to happen nonetheless. I would just be able to recall, God, I need lion mane right now. He said, I would just be able to recall things a lot quicker and simple. I would not forget things easily. So let's see what he has to say about his video. I'm going to switch over to camera 4, and don't forget, for every podcast we do, you can see the full length podcast over on YouTube. Search Deacon Live, all one word, and then podcast, and then make sure you give us a subscribe over there, and you can you'll get notifications of when we do another show and things like that, and you can be on board and you can be up to date. So here we go. Let's see what Pierre Dalatai, I forget what I said before, but that's what I'm going with again. So here we go.
I took lion's mane mushroom every single day for 30 days. And I know what you're wondering. What is lion's mane mushroom?
What's lion mane?
So lion's mane is a mushroom that grows in North America, Asia, and Europe. And it's known to have a lot of great mental benefits. So when I first heard about this, I got intrigued and I had to try it. So here are the 3 effects I noticed after taking it for 30 days. The first effect I noticed is increased energy, but not a boost of energy as you would experience after taking some caffeine. I just noticed that my energy levels were really well maintained throughout the day at a very consistent level. Second effect I noticed is improved memory. You know how sometimes you get an idea and you go to execute this idea and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, what was it that I want to do again? Well, that would tend to happen less. I would just be able to recall things a lot quicker, and I simply wouldn't forget things as easily. And the third prominent effect I noticed is reduced stress and anxiety. And the best way I can describe it is that all the little noise in my head kind of just went away. I would tend to just be able to brush things off a lot easier. And so to answer that second question that you might have had, no, it doesn't get you high.
So there you go. Are you sold? Because this little 14-year-old kid, he's not 14, he's probably 20-something. Are you sold? Are you sold on the lion's mane? We've got stuff that we take. It's got lion's mane in it, but I don't know what's the amount. How many milligrams? Can I get some THC in that lion's mane? Do I have to go down to my lion's mane dealer and say, hey man, you got the good stuff? No. I got this and I got that and I got some lion's mane. Oh man, I'll take the lion's mane. That sounds good. That sounds like it's gonna do me up right. Yeah, man, here you go. How much is it? Well, it's like $20. For how much? 50 pills. I don't know. So we'll see. All right, when we come back, remember the Island Boys? They're pressing charges against a police department because of something that happened to them, which is by law the police department had to do. So stick around. I'll dive into their story when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Gotta get a better processor. Gonna take some time off and get a new processor. That's a new song coming out. It's called New Processor. Should be good. Processor. Should be good. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, we'd love for you to join the podcast. You can be podcast famous. Go over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live and all the other fine programming that is broadcast out of this studio. If you look behind me here, if you're watching this on YouTube, all those shows right here come out of this studio. Each one's a little bit different. Each one has got different people, different guests, different themes, different all that stuff. So you can be part of that. The whole entire Prophet Radio family. Join us over there at prophetradio.com, and you can be heard. Your voice can be heard at the very top. Opens up a microphone. You can speak right into it. Comes right to our inbox. We broadcast this show every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town we like to call Marshville. We got one more show before we go on vacation, Thanksgiving vacation, a little break there. Take a couple weeks off, come back full strength, hopefully with better additives. Well, with a lot of better additives. So we got to redo some stuff here in the studio and stuff. But just to let you guys know, and you can get caught up on all the past shows. That'd be a great time for you to do it now. And join us on Facebook as well. Did I throw that in there? Did I get them all in there? I'll get them all in here in a minute. Now, remember many, many years ago, at the dawn of the internet, they allowed morons to jump on it, right? When I say morons, just about anyone can be on the internet. And talking about being podcast famous, when TikTok was at its infancy, these two guys, the Island Boys, remember them? God, what a fucking representation of Florida. Jesus Christ. Well, where are they now? Island Boys, Fly Soldier, fly with two Y's, because of course, I guess fly with one Y was taken already, has been detained under Florida's Baker Act during a live stream. Fly Soldier was taken in custody for evaluation after a live stream incident. So let's find out about this guy from the Island Boys. Fly Soldier is one half of the viral internet duo Island Boys, who was detained by authorities over the weekend for a mental health evaluation. Really? It took him this long to grab him? The internet personality was live streaming from his Miami area home early Saturday morning when police arrived at his door, and officers were seen entering the home and eventually detaining Soldier, because, you know, it's, I guess, Fly's his first name, last name Soldier, under Florida's Baker Act. This allows law enforcement or mental health professionals to place someone under temporary custody for involuntary psychiatric evaluation if they are believed to be endangered of themselves or others or unable to care for themselves. So let's see. Please tell me this is the video. Oh, it is. It is. Oh, this is going to be juicy. So let me switch over to camera 4 so we can see this video in real time and talk about it and all be friends. So here we go. Oh, we got an ad. So according to Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office, I'm going to read this while the ad's playing through. Deputies received a call around 2 a.m. Saturday regarding Soldier's residence and carried out the Baker Act on a white male. Really? You got to give him to us, the white guys, at the scene. The Florida oh, Jesus Christ. The Florida Department of Children and Families states that the person can be held up to 72 hours under the Baker Act. There we go. Under the Baker Act, through the exact duration depends on the circumstances. So here we go.
I'm doing a skit.
What are you doing? I'm gonna blow this up.
I'm doing a skit.
What?
Are you alone in the house? Huh? Are you alone in the house? Any firearms on you or anything? Are you arresting? No, you're alone in the house. You ain't got nothing on you. Okay, am I listening? Right. Are you listening to me? Are you alone in the house? We have a call. Yeah? Yeah. Open the gate for me, please.
What? I can't see anything.
I'll open the gate for you right now. No one else. I'm doing a skit.
What?
Sir, why you walking?
Listen. I need to open the gate.
Sir, why are you walking my house?
Listen, I'll give you instructions.
Sir.
Listen, I'll give you instructions to open the gate.
Sir.
I'm telling you to open the gate.
Sir, you don't have a warrant. Sir, you don't need a warrant.
Open the gate.
Okay, I'll open the gate, but sir, you don't have a warrant.
There's like hearts and thumbs up. Still going on live stream like you see in movies. Fly Soldier gets Baker acted, but he doesn't know it yet. He's currently in the hospital, and the house is completely trashed, and he is officially hit with what hope is. Oh, he just hit rock bottom. All right, so let's see what else. Keep going.
You don't have a warrant for the house. Okay. You can't just come to my house. Well, okay, what's going on?
I'm going to explain to you once you open the gate.
Dude, I have 4.4. I'm running
Tell your 4.4 people and say what's up. Open the gate.
Okay, I'm doing a skit.
Okay.
Doing a skit.
We can keep on with the skit.
Okay, you can't go inside.
Listen, open the gate.
You don't have a warrant. You don't have a warrant.
Are you going to open the gate? Yes or
You
no?
don't have a warrant, sir.
You don't have a warrant.
We're making sure
No, everybody's good. There's nobody in the house.
We're taking you here.
There's nobody in the house. Sorry.
There's nothing.
You're about to be putting.
I'm okay.
I'm not arrested.
I'm okay.
You can't do nothing.
Am I talking loud? Am I talking
You
loud?
cannot do this. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. You cannot
Yes, you
do
can.
this. Sir, you cannot do this. You cannot go inside the house.
The shares and the hearts are at the bottom of the screen just flying by. Share.
Sir,
Open the gate.
I don't have weapons. I don't have weapons. You guys can't go inside the house. There's nobody there.
Can we explain what's going on? Or no?
Yes.
Yes? Open the gate for me and I'll explain to you.
Okay, what do you guys need?
There you go. Jesus Christ. Oh, I would have taken them in just because of the video alone. But it's all like rapid and all blurry and stuff, so you can't see what's going on. But someone called in. Yeah, said, Fly Soldier. Oh, hearts go out. Hearts and prayers go out to Fly Soldier from the Dagnabiat duo, the Island Boys. Now, I'm going to leave you on a negative note here. And the reason why I'm going to leave you on a negative note is because I want you to know that demons, no matter where you are or where you're at, demons walk among us every day. No matter what you do, how to try to be nice to people, there are still demons out there that just do not appreciate the courtesy of one human to another. And the reason why I bring this up is because a manager at McDonald's offers an angry customer a free coffee to calm her down. But she ends up doing something drastically with that coffee, and you can figure out what it is. And it's just, you know, one of those things you're like going, Jesus Christ, us as people, let's be humans. A McDonald's worker in Saginaw, Saginaw, Michigan, got hurt when an angry customer attacked her with a hot coffee. The whole thing happened at a McDonald's in Buena Vista. Someone recorded it on video. Police are now saying that the woman who did it was named, you ready for this? Kashara Brown. And her name is spelled exactly the way it sounds. Cashara Brown. Kashara Brown. All right. Never mind. They have put out a warrant for her arrest. According to The Sun, Brown used the McDonald's app to order food, but she did not put in her name or the payment details when she made the order. When she got to the restaurant, she was mad that the 2 sandwiches that she got, she started fighting with the managers about getting her money back. All right. The manager wanted to make Brown feel better, so she gave her a free coffee. There you go. Here, you relax a little bit. Nothing says relax like a hot cup of Joe from McDonald's, right? But that did not help. Brown kept getting angrier and angrier, and then the managers said that the managers were lying about her refund. You're a liar. You're a liar. Why are you lying? Brown shouted at the manager while other people in the restaurants were watching this all unfold. The manager tried to stay calm and told her that the refund would show up in her account within about 48 hours. She said, "You got the coffee. That's all we charged you. That's all we charge you for. Your full refund will be there, and it takes about 48 hours. Things got really mad and really bad when the manager tried to end the fight by walking away. Right when the manager turned around, Brown took the top off of her hot coffee and threw the hot coffee at the manager. Jesus Christ! You can hear the manager screaming in the video because the coffee burned her face and her body. It's kind of like the lady who, true story, that spilled the hot coffee in her lap. She was like 90 years old. And that's when they used to make the coffee at 190 degrees. So you can get it back to your place and it'd still be hot. Brown said some abusive words and then walked out the door while everyone else was just staring in shock. So let's see this demon among us. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4 so we can see this in real time and all be friends. So here we go. This is in Fox 4 News Dallas Fort Worth. What do they call it? DFW or something like that? Here she is. This woman's in her like pajama bottoms and long sleeve shirt. Here she is. So let's go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it happens quick. So here we go. I'm going to play it real quick. Throws it at her. She's talking to her. Here's your coffee. Here's your coffee. It'll be refunded. Yes. Are you listening to me? Ma'am. What the food is. Here's the coffee. I've been waiting over an hour. Nope. Boom. Takes the lid off. Throws it right. Listen to her scream.
Yeah, within 20 minutes.
Not for nothing. I will say that it was a black woman talking to a white woman manager. Whether race is involved, whether, she's mad at Trump, because that seems, the whole entire thing, the shutdown and all that stuff. I don't know if all this is stemmed up to where this is where we're at. You don't like what's going on. Let's burn someone. Let's hurt someone. They've done it before. They've done it again. So the manager got some small burns, but she did not go to the hospital. The Buena Vista Police Department put the video online to find out who Brown was, and took a few hours before they got enough tips to figure out her name. This is not the first time the McDonald's employees have been faced with difficult situations. The police say they already know where Brown lives. She actually lives really close to McDonald's where this all went down. We know where she lives, the police says. They are trying to catch her now and want to charge her with a serious crime. One police officer working the case said that this kind of thing is not just mean, but it's also against the law. Throwing hot coffee at someone isn't just rude, it's criminal, the officer said. The police think they will catch Brown soon, as they want everyone to know that acting like this acting this violent over something so small will get you in trouble. McDonald's has been dealing with several controversies recently. This incident adds up to the problem a fast food company is facing. So you're going to see something soon with McDonald's. They're going to start wearing body cams. I mean, not for nothing. They're going to start wearing body cams. Oh, you want to get mad at me? Come on. Give me something, sister. Give me something. I'll take it. You don't like your food? Tough shit. Well, and then there's a back and forth that can happen where the manager could get thrown out as well. But there's demons among us. And this woman definitely, in my opinion, for what she did to take hot coffee and throw it at someone because the refund on something on a McDonald's order, that's ridiculous. Don't be those people. You know, I make fun of stuff as far as, you know, at the beginning of the show, can we all just get along, make sure you get along with everyone and everyone's getting along with you? I say that, but at the end of the day, I mean it. This is what's happening. And when you do shit like this, it sets you back. And no matter what color you are, it sets you back. It sets us back, you know, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever you want to, whatever kind of number you want to put on that, based on your own personal reactions and stuff. So there you go. Kasha Brown throwing hot coffee on a innocent McDonald's manager, burned her a little bit, and I would take her to court. I would physically take her to court. Not sue McDonald's, you know, my employer. I would take her physically to court, because you have to do this to make this stop. To make this stop, you have to take someone has to be accountable, and that was a one-on-one civil lawsuit that you can have. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you follow us over on TikTok. That's Be Podcast Famous. Make sure you follow us over on YouTube. Search DeaconLive, all one word, then podcast. You can see the whole entire podcast in its complete form and see all the articles and stuff that we have over there. Make sure you follow us over on Facebook, and I'll post the articles so you can share them with all your friends. And then if you have any questions or anything, you want to email me at any time, email me at deacon@profitradio.com, and I'll answer your emails. We're going to take 2 weeks off after next week. I'll remind you again, you got another week to prepare yourself. Brace the kiddies and stuff like that. But I'd like to thank each and every one of you for listening to us and downloading us and being a part of the show. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. And my name is the Deacon, saying good nights and good night.
Wait, come back! This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
So stupid. So fucking stupid. Cameras are everywhere. All right, guys. Bye. Take care.